Hi, I'm Matt Cramer. I was once in an art class and I was drawing a still life, and the art teacher came up behind me and she looked at my still life and she whispered, "You're trying to be perfect." And so I wanted to talk today a little bit about perfection. Clients say things to me like, "There's no point in looking for this job because I can't find the right job. I don't want to try because I know I'm going to mess up." I know in my own life I can relate to having a hard time taking criticism when some of the criticism doesn't fit. Some does, but some doesn't, and it's sort of like, well, if I accept a little something's wrong, I'm accepting everything is wrong. I think about two kinds of perfection. The first kind is overachievers or overfunctioners, and I'm not an overachiever or overfunctioner, but I work with quite a few, and these are people who live their lives according to not enough. I'm not enough. It's never good enough. There tends to be a lot of self-criticism, and there tends to be a lot of actual criticism in their background, and no matter how hard they work, how much they achieve, how good their grades are, how much money they make, how much stuff they get, how nice their clothes are, how much status they acquire in their life, it's never enough, and they're never happy. And then there's this perfectionism that I think is more common, that I can relate to, and that I think so many of us have. You see it when we're stuck. And the sort of things that people say indicate that there's no point in trying if they can't achieve this ideal of greatness, of perfection. There's no point in going to the gym. There's no point in trying to date. There's no point in trying to lose weight. There's no point in trying to improve at one's career. I think it's worth reflecting for a second on what happens to us when we feel stuck, and how much human suffering occurs in this place of stuckedness. People say, I procrastinate or I'm lazy, and often what I find is they're simply stuck. And if they could be okay with making mistakes, if they could be okay with being good enough, if they could accept themselves as imperfect, they'd be able to do a little and find what they were good at and experience some satisfaction and gratification. But it's hard to do that. There's something that we have to give up if we're going to be just good enough. So that's all really heady and clinical, and you're wondering, how does that apply to me? And so what I would say is, and this is what I say to clients, is I say, just for today, can you look for a job just for today? Can you date just for today? Can you go to the gym just for today? Can we do it just today? Not thinking about the big picture, not thinking about comparing ourselves, just being good enough for today. I'm Matt Cramer. Thanks for learning with me today.